What's up, guys? Matocaster here, and today we are back in Car Mechanics Simulator 2021 at our garage, and we are checking out the new drag racing DLC. I figure we can get a car, maybe we go to the auction, get a car, and then start, building it up to go through the different tiers of the drag racing tiers that they have. Maybe we'll take the Richard Petty car out there, have some fun with it. But for now, let's head to the auction and find us a good buildable drag car. And as for the auctions, I'm gonna go for the the nicer cars, just because I want to start with a nice stock base car and then build from there. I'm kind of digging on this FD RX-7 here. This might be a fun one. It's got a multicolored scheme going on here. It is a turbocharged version, as I figured it would be. Let's check out the status here. It's actually in pretty good shape. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, this could be the one. Let's start the auction and get this thing, because I'm really digging on it. And, oh, that was so close. Looked like we were about to get it for 59,000. 64, 67,000 almost, and we got it. It is here. And immediately I want to paint it, because this is already kind of driving me a little bit nuts. And these things look so good in silver. They also look great in black and white. They just look great all around. Let's go ahead and paint it and go with a nice silver there. I've always really liked these in silver. And paint. There we go. Looks great to me. I always love the interiors on these FDs too. So good. Much better. I like that a lot. So let's go ahead and take this thing to the drag strip in bone stock form and have some fun. And check out the new drag racing DLC. And here we have it down here, drag strip. Pick car. We'll take our Mazda. Oh, it wants us to perform a dyno run. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I mean, it'll automatically do it for you, but it costs more, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it over to the dyno. I'm curious anyway. It'll be interesting to see what we get out of a bone stock used 3rd gen RX-7. So let's accept and run the dyno test. So factory horsepower when it was new was 291 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. Let's see what she's at now. Might be down a little bit just because it's used. Yep, and it is 263 and 237 pound-feet. So this will be a good base. It'll be a good base to work our way up. Now let's head to the drag strip, pick our car, and let's go. So here we have the layout. The Duneway Stripe Raceway. We've got our 92 Mazda RX-7, and we can do warm-up and practice, quick pick, 1 versus 1, and King of the Sands. Let's do warm up and practice, quarter mile, of course. I think that's going to be the most popular. And let's start. So here we are by ourselves, lining up. Oh, we don't get to do a burnout, it seems, and it already stages us, which is interesting. So I see down here in the controls, throttle, handbrake, gear up, gear down, focus on the opponent. So I guess hold handbrake and give it gas. There it goes. And then you do shift manually with clicking shift. I looked into it, and sadly there is no support for a wheel. I wanted to use my wheel and shifter set, a G29, and unfortunately it does not work. Looks like our quarter mile time was 14 flat pretty much. The reaction time was good though. That's good. So a little bit disappointed that you don't get to do the pre-staging stuff yourself. I'm actually have experience in drag racing in real life, and that's part of a whole build-up. Part of the excitement of drag racing is the whole pre-staging, the burnout, and then getting up to pre-stage and then stage, and that's where you get a lot of excitement. There's a lot of fun there, and this game or this DLC kind of just took that away and does it all for you. So it says here we can select an opponent. Let's try that. See if we can find something that would match up pretty decently with our stock RX-7. Let's go for this Bolt Reptilia, which is let's face it, a C4 Corvette. And they weren't known to be powerhouses. I think it'd be a decent match. Let's find out. Now see here, this is where it just does it all for you. We can focus on opponent now, but that's, when the person you're racing does their burnout, you do your burnout, and you get up there and you pre-stage, and it just builds so much anticipation, and that has been taken out of this. It's just been done for you. And there we go. Man, these things just rev. These RX-7s rev so high. Love the rotary engines. Some of you may know I've talked about it before. Let's see where our opponent is. We can't even see it. I used to own an FC RX-7, a Turbo 2, and man, that car was just a blast. So yeah, we ended up getting into the 13s that time. Another good reaction time. Not bad on the 60-foot time, but yeah, but 13.9 versus 14.3. Okay, so we checked the warm-up and practice out. Let's go ahead and get out of that and go into what is quick pick here. Let's find out. Quarter mile. What class? We are in class D. Okay. Oh, so this just picks cars for you. It just randomizes cars. Okay. So this is probably going to do kind of like what we tried to do. Match you up to a pretty decent, competition here with these cars. Although I guess I could see that one. It's just very different cars. Let's go ahead and try one. Let's just see what this is all about. See how close they actually are as to being matched up. Yeah, this would definitely be an interesting race to watch between these two. And here we go. This big old boat, get it going. And I don't have a red line on this tack, so I'm not 100% sure where to shift, but looks like we got him anyway. Curious what the quarter mile time on this one is. A 15.8 versus an 18.4. Okay, so that wasn't such a great match. So it looks like you can just go in here and just run against, just pick your class that you want to run and randomize and just run random cars. I'm more interested in something we can use our car for, which I believe maybe let's see what this is all about. We can use our car here. Yeah, 1 versus 1. And I think, again, they're trying to match up. This actually could be a very good match. Let's go ahead and try this one out. Wonder if we can do external view. We sure can. And oh, good. I still got my red line on my tack. That's kind of important. And let's see how we do on this one. Oh, but it won't let you focus on your opponent on external view. Only from in-car. Oh yeah, that was a pretty good race between us. Not bad at all. We got a quarter mile time of 14 flat to 14.4. So that's kind of cool. You can come in here and have fun with that. The King of the Sand sounds interesting because it sounds like, let's with the description here, series of races, bet, race, win prizes. That sounds like the most fun. And we are class D. So we'll jump in there. You're about to proceed to championship with Mazda RX-7. Current setup, quarter mile, class D. Entry fee, 400 credits. Sounds good to me. Oh, nice. We get a whole tier system here for the competition. All right, well, let's start the competition. These are, okay, so it's going to go ahead and generate the winners of the others. And we're going up against old Bronco, so hopefully we'll be able to win this one. You never know, maybe it has some mods in it. And let's see what we got here. Not a great reaction time. Oh, and I missed a shift. Luckily, looks like we're going to take this one. Accidentally tapped the shift button because you can't use a wheel, and I wish I could actually use my wheel and manual transmission, use a clutch. That would be so much more immersive. It would be really nice, but no wheel support in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Yeah, really bad quarter mile time here. 14.8. We got lucky there. It looks like we will move on to the next. And it looks like we will be going up against a Chevrolet Astro. Let's start that race. Oh, it's an Astro van. Okay, I was wondering if it was going to be an Astro van. Sure enough. I've seen some sleepers of those, though. Some videos online where people have done some pretty crazy stuff with those. There we go. Try not to miss that shift again. Oh, no, we're walking him pretty good. This car does great. Go figure. Little rotary that revs to the moon, rear-wheel drive. That time we were 14 flat against 15.8. Looks like we will be going up against a Chieftain Bandit. And looks like on the other race is going to be an RX-3. It'd be cool if it came down to an RX-7 versus an RX-3. But he's going up against a Porsche 911 RS, America 964. That should be... Porsche's probably going to get that one. But we'll see. Check out our opponent there. Again, I just wish we had some pre-staging stuff that we could do. To me, that's some of the most fun. But oh well. All right, here we go. Make sure I don't red light. And we're getting him too. Pretty good. This little thing makes for an excellent drag car. Go figure. And we got that one too. Quarter mile. 13.9 to a 14.7. This thing runs pretty consistently. 14-second quarter mile. And indeed, it will be us against the Porsche 911 RS America 964 for the final championship race here. And there it is. Let's see how we do here. Those things are gorgeous and white for sure. Okay, make sure I don't red light. That's all I'm worried about here. Off we go. And looks like we're going to get him too. Indeed we are. Looks like we're going to get the championship. It'll be interesting. I think we're probably on the higher side of this class. I think that's obvious. He ran a 15 flat. I got him by a second. So yeah, I think we're on the high side of this class. So when we do some modifications and we enter in the next, so congratulations, you won championship. The championship came to the end. Your total payout, 4,500. Nice little take home there. But yeah, I think when we get to class C, once we do a couple of mods, get into class C, the racing should get a little bit tighter, I would think. We are on the higher end of D here. Looks like the drag rating 176, 100 to 200. And once we bump into 200, it'd be nice to get right into the bottom end of class C and see how we do with that. So that looks like we looked at every part of the new drag racing DLC. Again, I wish there was wheel support. I wish I could actually be able to use my manual shifter with a clutch pedal to be able to, to do the burnout, pre-stage, get up there, stage, and then when it goes, dump the clutch and be able to shift manually, because that's so much more immersive rather than hitting the shift button on the keyboard and using the space bar as parking brake, which I guess would be like the clutch. You let go of the space bar. It'd be much more fun to be able to do that with a wheel and pedal set. I think the concept here is good. I think it needs a lot of work though. I think wheel and pedal support would be number one. Number two definitely would be the pre-staging stuff, the burnout, pre-stage. I just think that'd make for a much more immersive experience and more of a drag racing sensation. And also what's a little bit confusing to me is drag rating. So the drag rating of our RX-7 is 170 something. How am I going to know as I'm building this where I'm going to be at where my drag rating is going to be, unless it tells me here. If we go here, pick car. Okay, we do have drag rating here that will tell us, oh, our Richard Petty car is an A class. But we do have drag rating here. I guess we just build up a little bit, dyno it, come back, and see what it's going to be able to run the lower end of the tier like I'd like to do. But for now, I'm interested in running the A tier with our Richard Petty Roadrunner. I think that'd be pretty fun. And here we go, King of the Sands, go for a quarter mile, A tier, 401 plus. It'll be interesting too to see if the upper tiers pay out. We should check out the bet system. Let's bet. Okay, it looks like we can bet on these other cars. The other cars racing, is that what it is? Oh, I see. Okay, so we can click on each one of these. We don't just have to hit bet down here. We can click on each one of these and then bet. Well, look at this. I'm going to throw a bet on the Skyline, the R34 there for that one. And just for fun on this one, let's throw a bet on the Arizona Kid. It is a V8 2-carb overhead valve supercharged. Okay, let's just throw those 3 bets in there and start. See what we find out. They ran, and I lost the bet on the Skyline, it looked like. But I think it's our time to race. Indeed it is. Okay, so you'll notice looks like my speedometer needle is in the wrong place, but we're not going to worry about that now. This is a mod, so you'll get that from time to time. I do not have a red line, so I'm going to guess this thing revs to about 6,500 to 7,000. We'll find out. It'd be nice to have a warm-up to find out, but that's no big deal. Here we go. Not a great reaction time. Oh man, this thing red lines at 5,500. Oh, this is close, but we're getting them here. At least now I know where my shift point is. So we ran an 11.5 versus an 11.69. Very close. And I lost the bet there. Is that... Okay, so I won the bet with the El Camino track. So yeah, I lost the Arizona Kid and I lost. So the El Camino track beat the Nissan GTR. How about that? All right, looks like we're going up against that El Camino. That's cool. You can kind of look at your competition here. Can I bet on myself? I cannot bet on myself, but I'm going to throw a bet on this one. Let's go see if the Skyline does it for us this time. Go with the Mustang on this one. And let's go with the El Camino on that one. All right, let's start. Looks like we're going to be up first. Indeed we are. That El Camino is cool looking though. Had like red headlights or something. All right, here we go. Oh, I red lighted. That's it. I guess we're going to be out. Yep, we are out. And I only won on the El Camino. So we were out pretty quickly, but we still got 1,150 credits. Oh, so close there. I was very close, but we got it with an 11 flat. I came back to try to go for the final here, and we just made it in. We were going to go up against an Arezzo Cortona GTO. Let's click on that. Oh, so yeah, it's pretty much a F40. Okay, let's see how we do here. This should be interesting. I don't have very high hopes now, but we shall see. And we're lining up. It's even black. How about that? Let's see, make sure I don't blow this one. Oh, wow, we walked it. He must have had a bad launch. Oh, is he coming back? I hear it. I hear it. Nope, we got him pretty good. He must have had a really bad launch. Another 11 flat to a 12.3. But that means we won the competition, the whole thing, the championship. Congratulations, you won championships. Came to an end, your total payout, 11,250 credits. Not bad. I don't know, my opinion on it. Is it worth what they're asking? If this looks fun to you, then yeah. Otherwise, maybe just wait for a Steam sale. It's a good start, but I just wish there was more to it, especially the pre-staging. So I already mentioned all my thoughts on that. Just wish that was implemented. It definitely adds to the excitement and the immersion of drag racing, is to have all those pre-staging events and to be able to use a wheel and pedal set and gear set, even if you want to run paddle shifters, things like that. I just wish that was implemented. And possibly even the use of nitrous, something like that. Not saying that I didn't have fun, and I'll definitely be using it in videos from now on for when we build cars and then we want to go test them out on the quarter mile. It's definitely nice to have that part implemented for sure. That'll be good for testing all of our builds that we do. And we're going to build up this RX-7 and see what we can do throughout the different tiers of the different classes. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. But to be able to have a quarter mile to use as a benchmark for the builds that we're doing, that's super handy. That really does come in handy, and I do think that part of it is pretty valuable. I think with a little tweaking, this could actually be great. But guys, that's going to do it for this one. I truly appreciate it. If you made it this far, please put a like down there. It really, really helps me out. Helps the videos out too. Guys, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, as always, and I'll see you in the next one.